So guys, I'm Marty Sakata, and welcome to our event today. We had a fantastic event yesterday. Phil Darabov gave a great discussion on credit and credit products and CLOs and where he expects that to be. And then we have Tim Draper, who regaled us for half an hour during the day, was telling us all about his thoughts on crypto and venture capital and what he called 4 $10 trillion industries. And then dinner, he came and spoke for another 30 minutes and gave us some fantastic insights on venture capital and how family offices can find better deal flow. And Tim, I thought I had big deal flow because I see thousands of deals a year. I think Tim said he sees about 60,000 deals a year, which is phenomenal. So that's I don't even know how you can keep your head straight when you see that many deals. But I'm sure you have to use a lot of artificial intelligence to do it. So again, I'm Marty Sakata. For years, I've worked as an advisor, probably more than 30 years. I'm a Wharton guy, and worked with Goldman Sachs, UBS, JP Morgan, and have had several other careers and lifetimes. So later on, Art Bilger is going to be speaking, and he's going to. And Art runs a fantastic not-for-profit called Working Nation, which is fully focused on the future of work and the future of jobs. And Art and I and several other people know in the room or out in Zoom land know that a lot of life is just recreating yourself and reorganizing yourself to the next thing. And so Art's going to talk about that. I'm a big supporter of that whole philosophy and a big supporter of Working Nation. We're here at Fiduciary Trust, so I wanted Mike Cabanas to give an introduction on Fiduciary Trust and what they do. So Mike's sitting right next to me. Mike, why don't you tell us about Fiduciary Trust?
Sure. Well, Marty, thank you again for allowing us to host IvyFON for the second year in a row, day 2, along with our Basel, who just is getting kicked off this week. So I was out in downtown yesterday, and the traffic is it's happening. Besides all the migration we've had to South Florida over the last 2 years,
Right?
But
people have been moving to South Florida.
it's you ever heard of the gold rush? Well, this is kind of similar to that, but it's don't let the traffic deter you. Continue to move down here. That makes my house and my property go up in value. But it's a beautiful place, and we live in paradise here, and we're very fortunate to have that. So Fiduciary,
Excuse me, I live in Los Angeles.
Okay,
And that's probably, but we don't even get rain.
yeah, but a lot of people from there are moving over here.
But you need that.
We have a lot of people moving over here from Los Angeles.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's a big.
Fantastic. So Mike, we're talking to the audience over here. So
Yeah.
why don't we keep on going?
Yeah, so for Fiduciary Trust, we're a trust company. We serve as trust administration, corporate trustee, investment management, customized portfolios. We do from individual stock selection to manager due diligence third parties on traditional assets and alternative assets as well. And we also have a lot of family offices who are our clients. So we might manage a sleeve as far as their cash management, their fixed income, an equity portfolio, or help them make decisions on the managers they choose or would like to choose for different asset classes. So I'll keep it short. Fiduciary Trust, one last thing, it's our parent company is Franklin Templeton. You were independent from 1931 to 2001, where we were acquired by Franklin, but they've allowed us to continue to work independently, and just we have their resources now and their trading desk and things of that nature.
And this is the Miami office of Fiduciary, or the Coral Gables office of Fiduciary Trust. So do you have a lot of international clients? You're so close to South America, and can you talk about that?
Yeah, so being in Miami, international, it's a big focus point of our business here. I would say 40% of our clients are international.
Wow.
But I would maybe 80% of the new opportunities over the last 5 years is international. So we were probably 20% international.
Wow.
5-6 years ago. Now we're up to 40-45%.
That tells you something. Sure.
And the more you see things happening in South America and other parts of the world, we get an uptick in business and the level of our busyness.
What I've heard is that because of all the changes in global regulation and know your customer, et cetera, is that United States is becoming the new Switzerland.
Yeah.
So
So for the past few years, that's definitely been the case. And I think especially what happened recently with cryptocurrencies and the company that blew up a few weeks ago. I think due diligence has become more of a focal point, and that's a big part of what we do. Just to make sure we have the right managers, right clients, right people. So I think those practices have definitely helped us, our KYC, our due diligence and things of that nature. Luckily, you haven't seen us in any headlines, and
You want to avoid that.
we avoid that, yeah.
Fantastic, right? So I just want to let you know, we're going to be in San Francisco for JP Morgan Healthcare Week for 2 days in January. And we'll be at K&L Gates, which is a fantastic office overlooking the bay. And then we'll be back in New York in February. We'll be in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest in March. We're going to be back in Los Angeles in April. I think I've got a couple of leads in different hosting firms there. And then we're back. We'll be doing San Francisco in May and New York City again in June. So looking forward to that. So just again, quick rundown. Marty Sakata. I started this group about more than 20 years ago. Since then, we've had more than 7,000 family offices attend our events. Some have attended 50 or 60 times. As a matter of fact, I think there was like 4 family offices at our dinner party last night that had been to at least 30 or 40 of our events over the last 20 years. So we've had 400 events, 200 dinner parties. And I think last night we had 60 people at dinner. Tonight we're going to have 50 more people at dinner 2 blocks away from here, and really looking forward to it. I highly recommend Fiduciary Trust, no matter what, just for the fantastic view. There's the bay is right over here. They got an outdoor deck. Next year we'll be hosting a reception here as well. So it's really fantastic. But let's talk about economics. We've got a full slate of speakers here. We did have Charles Henry Moncho from CIS Group, which is a leading investment firm in Europe, who was going to speak, but unfortunately he had a family emergency and couldn't make it. But we're happy to have Nikos Akizidis here. We're going to introduce Nikos in a second. But after that, we have a healthcare panel, venture capital panel, a fintech panel. We're going to have a crypto regulatory panel, which I think is pretty important in this day and age, since so many great observations were brought up about crypto yesterday, such as where companies were domiciled, the fact that when you deposit your, crypto funds with a broker or an exchange, they really aren't a bank. So you don't know what the legality is around that or regulation is around that. We've got a great discussion on ESG 2.0. We picked the best and the brightest of the ESG. We've been running these ESG 2.0 panels for about 18 months now, and we picked our best speakers to come and speak at 1:30 and discuss that. Tyson Halls is going to be leading that discussion. And really, I got to say, we have like first-class speakers. The only people we didn't get were the people in Silicon Valley who had just planted 100,000 trees in Madagascar. It was just phenomenal what they did. We have family office best practices at 3 o'clock. And then after that, we're going to have a deal making discussion led by George Lee out of Texas. And some really fantastic family offices are doing direct deals.